We are well on the way to AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. But what is AGI? How does it differ from the AI we have today? AGI refers to a type of artificial intelligence that has the ability to understand, learn, and apply knowledge across a wide level of general tasks, at a level comparable to and beyond all human intelligence. Right now, we're living in an age of ANI, Artificial Narrow Intelligence, AI that excels at specific tasks. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I did a video on how AI is killing white-collar work because a lot of the work we do at jobs in the workforce is redundant and can be easily automated right now with artificial narrow intelligence. We don't need AGI to automate much of the existing jobs in the workforce, especially in the white-collar realm. The emergence of AGI will fundamentally change how we interact with technology. Now, I've talked a lot about job displacement in both the white-collar and the blue-collar fields, but what about job opportunity? What kind of opportunities does this AI age bring us into? What are the new jobs we can take advantage of? A question I've been getting a lot is, well, Julia, how do I help my kids prepare for this new age? A publication called Will Robots Take My Job generated a report of automation risk data. The U.S. Career Institute took this report and created a chart of the top 65 jobs that are the least likely to be replaced by robot automation. What's interesting is the U.S. Career Institute put a job automation risk of 0% on these occupations, and they attached projected growth through 2032 to each of these occupations. I've cross-referenced this report with what a lot of experts out there are saying about the opportunities that this AI age will open up. Today, we're going to explore not job displacement, but job opportunities. And this might spark some great ideas for you if you're in that place before college, after high school, or if you're the parent of a kid that will be living in these new paradigms. This video is a full breakdown. Hi, if we haven't met, I'm Julia McCoy. I work full-time in AI at Brandwell, an all-in-one growth tool that helps you build lasting domain authority for your website. I get on my YouTube channel here at Julia McCoy to talk all about what I see coming, my predictions about AGI, and how our world will change forever as we enter a new era where all work gets automated. It's just a matter of time till we're there. What will life look like? I believe that it's critical to do two things. Number one, find what brings you joy and meaning. Work hard, be an expert in that. Number two, upskill. Use AI technology whenever and however you can. Find out how to match the right AI tools with the right goals. If you haven't seen it yet, go grab my worksheet at juliamccoy.ai that will help you learn how to map your passions to real work in AI. All right, so back to today's topic. Let's take a look at those top 65 jobs that are supposedly at a 0% risk. So says the U.S. Career Institute from automation. And in fact, these jobs are going to grow through the 2030s. The number one job paying over $100,000 a year with projected growth through the 2030s in the 40% mark is a nurse practitioner. This one's interesting because I think a lot of what humans do in the medical industry can and will be automated by very skilled humanoids, AI technology, and software. But what we will still greatly need is that ability to socially connect with patients, emotional intelligence, and interpersonal relationships. And that's what a nurse practitioner is really good at. They build those relationships with the patients. Back when I was in college, before I dropped out to pursue my passion for writing, I was actually going for an RN degree, and I got halfway through, and I remember meeting a few nurse practitioners. They had amazing people skills, and they were constantly dealing with sensitive situations. I think it would be hard for AI to automate that. Next on the list, interestingly enough, is choreographers. These are the people that create dance routines, teach them, conduct rehearsals, design costumes for performances, on and on. And I would agree with this chart. This is a very complex role. You know those music videos with tens of millions of views on YouTube? Choreographers are the reason those videos exist. That is a very complex role. And it's interesting too because that borders into the realm of experiences. And I think that anything in the realm of experience, like dance, sports, the Olympics, for example, we're not going to want to see that fully replaced with robots. We're still going to cheer, we're still going to want to watch. Beautiful, strong, amazing humans pair up against each other, play it out, fight it out, dance it out. I don't think that's going to go away for a while. Right below choreographers, we have physician assistants, mental health counselors, nursing instructors, and teachers, as well as coaches and scouts, athletic trainers, physical therapists, orthotics, occupational therapist, marriage and family therapist, art therapist, music therapist, healthcare social workers, mental health and substance abuse social workers, bioengineers, biomedical engineers, psychology teachers, fitness and wellness coordinators. And as we continue through this list, there's a lot of medical careers, which makes sense because that is such a complex realm. There's some highly specialized technology roles like transportation engineers. I mean, that is a complex role. It's going to be hard until we have true AGI for AI to replicate the knowledge, the skills, and the management required in a career like that. Interestingly enough, orthopedic surgeons and dermatologists are set to make over $300,000 a year, and there is also a 0% predicted AI takeover of that role. We've got a few other random jobs on here like fish and game wardens, CEOs, chief executives, leadership roles, firefighters, directors of religious activities. These 65 jobs that are predicted to grow in an era of automation are best fit for the humans that have great interpersonal skills. Something I've talked about is working on having a high EQ versus just blanket logic. Knowing how to empathize, communicate well with people, listen more than you speak. Those are skills that are going to be important for almost all of these roles. Plus, it just comes down to specialty and experience in a certain realm. I do think that we should take this chart with a grain of salt. For example, the teaching roles could look more like teachers stepping into a role of guide, working with students, working with the people in their classroom, and then setting up an AI bot to create a personalized learning experience for that student. So the AI bot manages the hard work of teaching, and the teacher simply needs to guide, encourage, again, going back to that skill of EQ, high emotional and really human intelligence. The roles outside of coach, teacher, therapist are highly specialized roles. I mean, you can't just become a surgeon overnight, a dermatologist, a sports medicine physician. I think the most important thing is finding out what you really like doing and then getting really good at it, because this puts you in a position of being hireable for those skills. I wouldn't take it as black and white what this chart says, because AI could disrupt and change up how these roles and jobs even work. I think we're going to see a lot of new job titles. In the engineering space, for example, we won't need generalized coders, but we will need smart tech geeks who have mastered ML and deep learning. Those are the building blocks of AGI, and we need those people to help us build AGI and even govern it and create parameters around it. Experimenting with building your own machine learning models is one of the best ways to learn these skills. I think it's really hard to go get a college degree in machine learning, in artificial intelligence, because it's changing so much. The models themselves are fundamentally changing, as we saw with how O1 works compared to GPT-4. If you're in software engineering, focus on AI integration. How can you have AI do your job so you're thinking with the AI and you're reviewing code, not just building it? Another really hot field that I think will create a lot of occupations not on this chart is autonomous systems and robotics. If robotics is indeed a $24 trillion industry, we're going to need a lot of people to help us build these robots and think through how to get them better and next generation models come to life. Working hands-on on robotics projects is the best way to get close to the ground and build these skills. What about the hardware needed to power AGI? Quantum computing, specialized hardware that can support AGI. We're going to need smart tech geeks willing to take up the role of quantum computing engineer and complex hardware roles. Then there's cybersecurity. AGI is going to pose a whole bunch of challenges for the cybersecurity realm. I think a lot of roles will open up in that area as well. Data engineering, building the infrastructure for AGI, not to mention regulatory technology, is also going to open up a whole bunch of new careers. Then there's ethics and AI governance. How are we going to build policies, regulatory compliance structures around AGI? How are we going to help prepare and train an AGI-ready workforce? I think these two areas will also open up a whole new bracket of occupations. Critical thinking will be a key part of being able to work in AI ethics and governance. How can we review these models, spot hallucinations, help correct them, aka govern them? The three best things you could do, first of all, is learn continuously. I've never been prouder to identify as a lifelong learner because I feel like as I work in AI, I'm learning something new every day. And I've matched my passion for writing to building back-end prompts. For example, in our growth platform suite at Brandwell that help guide one-click buttons to get amazing output, like this email or this press release. I also love working with people, empowering them to find the best solutions. I love helping people achieve wins in their life and their business, and I'm able to do that in my role as well. Networking, meeting people that speak this language, can talk AI shop with you is really important. And then adapting, being open to changing how you think, embracing challenges that lie ahead. This is the best way forward. I think the opportunities that will open up in the AI age will be tremendous. With the ability to drive the AI, we're going to be able to accomplish so much more as a human race. What are your thoughts on job openings in the AI age? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. You know what to do. Hit subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking. I read every comment. I'm really enjoying this wild ride into the AI future with you. And I'll see you down the next AI rabbit hole.